Call this park board meeting for Tuesday, September 5th, 2023 to order. First item on the agenda tonight is the approval of the August 1st meeting minutes. Anybody have any additions or corrections to those? I actually do. We have members present. We don't have Mr. Prost on there. You were here first, right?
Last month, yeah.
Yeah, he was here in the first.
We missed the other one before that.
Right.
I think I might have gotten that confused.
Yeah, I think so.
It had taken any action in there anywhere?
Yeah. Yeah, he said that
Yeah, is it done?
Mr. Prost, yeah. Mr. Prost.
It just moved it and then.
Yeah, can we just, can I get a motion to move the amend those minutes?
So moved.
Second. A motion's been moved to amend the minutes to include Mr. Prost being present by Mr. Burton. Need a second, please? Mr. Dietrich. All those in favor, Mr. Prost.
Aye.
Mr. Dietrich.
Aye.
Mr. Burton.
Aye.
Aye, and I also, motion carries.
Very cute.
And we need an actual minute, or a motion to actually approve the minutes.
Yes.
With that, okay. Need a motion to actually approve the minutes from last meeting.
So moved.
Second. Moved by Mr. Burton, second by Mr. Prost. All those in favor, second by Mr. Dietrich. All those in favor, Mr. Prost.
Aye.
Mr. Burton.
Aye.
Mr. Dietrich. Aye. I'm an aye also. Motion carries. Next item on the agenda is the attorney's report.
All right, we have several use agreements. First is Agreement Pride Festival for 2024, June 1st. I think it's the 4th or 5th year they've held an event.
Third year, I believe.
Third year?
Some more detail on that. Looks like it's proposed for June 1st, 2024. Again, as Drew already pointed out, it's going to be Woodman Park. The description of the event has been listed in the event notification, and this is on their third year. Any questions?
Estimated attendance last year?
Excuse me?
Estimated attendance last year?
Always one person asked. There are representation here from Pride Fest. I'm sure they will be happy to.
12 to 14,000 last year. This past year. Or this year, excuse me, yeah, 2023.
Oh, wow.
So
How do you come up with that number?
but we asked the police department to estimate it for us. So
The right answer.
Yeah. So
Phil work.
Just
Yeah.
curious, yeah.
yeah,
Woodman Park's handling that okay?
It's a great park for that. It's specifically for the ground in itself, but about kind of the byproduct of Woodman is it's kind of geographically centered within a civic area. So there's a lot of untold parking area around that. It's got a lot of infrastructure that I think the festival can capitalize on. In addition, as well, it's partnering up with schools as far as using their parking.
That was my next question.
Parking facilities. as
School
well.
doesn't seem to have an issue with using their available parking.
They've been fantastic.
they have that.
Nice. Very good.
Any other questions or comments? Hearing none, I need a motion to approve the use agreement for Woodman Park for next year's Agreement Pride Festival.
So moved.
Second.
Been moved by Mr. Burton, second by Mr. Prost. All those in favor, Mr. Burton.
Aye.
Mr. Dietrich. Aye. Mr. Prost.
Aye.
I'm an aye also. Motion carries. Thank you for coming.
Next is the Green Middle School's cross-country meets for the 31st of August, September 7th, 12th, 25th at Freedom Park. They've been having their cross-country meets there for several years now. No? Or is it?
Quite a few. Yeah, I don't know how many. It's one handful. It's like August 31st, September 7th, 12th, 25th, 5:37. We don't have a problem. That Freedom Park's perfect. Like that's off for that.
Questions, comments? And hearing none, I need a motion to approve the use agreement with the Greenwood Middle School for cross-country meets this year at Freedom Park.
So moved.
Second. Motion been made by Mr. Prost, second by Mr. Dietrich. All those in favor, Mr. Prost.
Aye.
Mr. Dietrich. Aye. Mr. Burton.
Aye.
I'm an aye also. Motion carries.
All right, next is use agreement for Community Church of Greenwood for their prayer gathering October 1st, 2023. I have no idea if they've done this before or not.
No, I don't believe so. This is a first for us. We kind of, from the description, it just sounds like it's a gathering of people want to go on a walk together, and congregate through, Old City Park. I didn't see necessarily any red flags as far as a, use of our property on that or any way that would do harm to us, so.
It's only for an hour.
Yeah.
Okay. Questions or comment? Hearing none, I need a motion to approve the use agreement with Greenwood, Community Church of Greenwood for the prayer walk and worship at Old City Park. So moved.
Second.
Been moved by Mr. Dietrich, seconded by Mr. Prost. All those in favor, Mr. Dietrich? Aye. Mr. Prost?
Aye.
Mr. Burton?
Aye.
I am an aye also. Motion carries.
Next up is the Senior Expo, May 9th. We'll have the setup time for that the day before. Senior Expo's been going on at the community center for several years now. It's something we ever have problems with.
Happy to answer any questions. I don't think 2024 is the year, but I think there's certainly hopefully talks in the future about maybe moving this to the new ones.
Oh, okay. So this is next year on the 9th of May. Okay. Karen, any issues at the center? No?
Has the attendance been growing for this?
Well,
Do we track?
yeah, I mean, we had a hiccup there, with COVID. But I mean, this event predates COVID, and then COVID hit. I'd say it's back up to where it was pre-COVID.
That's put on by the social, right?
Yeah. Yeah, they do a good job. They organize everything, like center accommodates wherever they can, but they pretty much are self-sufficient.
Any other questions or comments? Okay, hearing none, I need a motion to approve the use agreement for this year's Senior Expo 2020, I'm sorry, it's next year's, 2024 at the Greenwood Community Center.
So moved.
Second that.
Been moved by Mr. Burton, seconded by Mr. Prost. All those in favor, Mr. Dietrich? Aye. Mr. Burton?
Aye.
Mr. Prost?
Aye.
I'm an aye also. Motion carries.
Next use agreement for Greenwood Pride, partner with the city for the 2024 Eclipse. I don't really, we're still kind of drafting the agreement for that.
Probably need a little bit of a narrative on this as well. April 8th, 2024, I don't know if those of you know, I think one of the park board members reached out to me today, a little more explanation. April 8th, 2024, Greenwood specifically, in this area is in the path of totality, right? So that is a term. Path of totality will be in a full solar eclipse here, right here, right? And it'll be the longest anywhere in the world, will be right here. It'll be 4 minutes. Right at 4 minutes. It's a thing, right? When it was brought to us, say 6 months ago, we were kind of like, yeah, okay. And we started looking into it. There's some other cities and towns down south this has happened in the United States, and kind of a different demographics of what we are. They're not as saturated metropolitan wise as we are here, but the attendance is huge, right? We're not just talking local attendance or regional attendance, we're talking global, right? We're talking South Pacific, Europe, everywhere. They come for that longevity of that path to talent. So with that said, we do a little checking, we'll do diligence, we check the local hotels. It's a good place to start. We also talk to Festival Country with Johnson County. It is legit. Like hotel rooms are already booked out, 100% occupied already, and they almost nearly doubled their rates just for that time period. It is legit. So we are preparing for that with an event, right? But we're also trying to make sure the event is diverse, that it meets our local communities' engagement, and then also will be an entertainment factor for those people that would happen to be out of town to be here for the the chance to be able to observe totality of the eclipse. So with all of that narrative, we are pitching an event for April 7th. So what we are doing or wanting to do with your consideration is have a pre-eclipse event. We kind of figured the market is going to be extremely saturated for on the 8th. And how we're going to promote that is we're going to be like giving a list of people, whether it be our residents, visitors, a list of places or open green spaces that somebody can go visit on the 8th to go see this eclipse.
What are we gonna see? It's gonna get dark?
It's a big deal.
Eclipse, yeah.
I was in Hopkinsville, Kentucky for the eclipse 4 or 5 years ago. It's a phenomenal experience.
Yeah, so anyway, that's what we're doing. So the pre-eclipse, we're gonna do the pre-eclipse day. And so those people who already got their lodging and bookings done for the night, they're gonna be looking for something to do. In addition to it, also something for our local residents to attend.
So the eclipse is on the 8th,
The eclipse is on the 8th.
Monday, the 8th.
We're wanting to
You're
do-
looking at doing something on Sunday, the
Correct.
7th, for all the out-of-town folks, anybody else who care to come to our event. And how you plan on getting word out? I mean, did you have specific?
Yeah, our means of messaging won't be any different than what it is.
What you already.
People will be seeking the message
Okay.
first off.
Okay.
That's a big bonus for us. And then secondly, our other channels will be social media, which we also do, the website and media, public radio. And we're also going to link heavily probably our county tourism bureau.
I have a question. Sounds like this is gonna be a big gathering. You have room for camping and campers and people that just drive in?
So no, we do not. And we're not going to play in that role.
Okay, just ask the question, like secondary housing and staying positions for people. So if you don't want to do that, that's fine. Just I was
Yeah,
curious.
it's not that we don't want to do it. We only have a certain amount, we only have a capacity to do so much, right?
Well, I'm still a little confused. What are you gonna offer? What's offered? What are you gonna put together that?
Yep.
Other than just open space?
So for the day of, we're not doing anything other than providing the knowledge to those visitors of where they can actually see this unobstructed. But on that day before, we are going to provide, there's a list of things in here.
Okay.
That's probably a dead giveaway.
Yeah.
We're gonna provide things like a balloon glow. And we're partnering with, or for your consideration to partner with the Pride Festival to put on a balloon glow where we bring in hot air balloons. And they inflate and then once some are tethered and they go up and down, providing rides to residents and visitors of the event. And then the balloon glow part of it is we'll also have music playing, and then we'll systematically have some of the balloons stationed behind the stage, and then they will fire off their propulsion, and the beat of the music gets a thing.
Yeah.
And then so we'll split our event to where 50% of it's probably mostly in the daytime hours, and the other 50% is probably within the dusk.
One location,
One location,
Craig Park,
event lawn, Craig Park.
and you can do the balloon tethering there.
We will, city, I asked the city to be in control of how many balloons are allowed there, because it is our space.
Right.
We are taking that liability for that. But the event lawn, as of now, has been, a visual has seen it, and there are a handful of balloons that can safely be placed
Okay.
on the event lawn.
I must be living in a cave. I've never known this.
So
This is a thing.
the draw of this is, to answer your question, food vendors will be there. Live music will be there, a couple bands, stage, sound setup, hot air balloon.
I'll be there.
And then of course, there's the aspect of proposed tethering of hot air balloons. We're also gonna reach out to Festival Country to help grant offset some of the costs as well. This is an event.
Wow. Nice.
Yeah, we don't have, other than the date and the times, we really don't have too many other details, right? Are you still,
Specifically for what?
well, I mean, we're not approving a use agreement. Are we approving moving ahead with the festival, or is this more of an information?
I
back and
think,
forth?
I mean,
I,
the use agreement's on there, but we haven't actually finalized the agreement, so we were still kind of
I
drafting.
think at this stage, Barry, if you don't mind, I think at this stage, maybe you guys approve the event
Okay,
and let Drew and I work out the use agreement
Right.
with Pride on how that part works as far as the balloon blow goes. Because there's certain things that we want to make sure are in there from our
I
standpoint.
mean, obviously, you guys know how to put on a festival.
And it is going to be a boilerplate, and we know how to put it on, and we know Great Park, and we know the event.
You
we know
have
how it
the, you have
works.
the space.
Correct.
So you're just looking for our blessing to move ahead with the planning of all this.
Correct.
Okay.
Keeping in mind that we are being very conscious of our footprint of this event, because, let's face it, it's April 7th.
Anticipated attendance, I'm always a big, how many people are coming?
We don't know.
Yeah.
We don't know. That's the caveat. But the other caveat is like, what's gonna get us more exposure? Not having the event or having the event.
Having the event?
Right.
Yes.
Well, I think not having the event would actually get us more negative exposure.
Well, it would.
Right. I
People
think
get upset.
to have an event, to throw something out there, trying to keep our footprint small, and then always keep in mind that it's April 7th.
Nothing ventured.
We never know what April 7th is like. That early April, we never know what it's gonna be like. It could be 70 beautiful, it could be windy, cold, miserable, and gray.
Okay, so you have the event. The following day, the actual natural event happens.
Correct.
What do you do with those people? Are they coming to your spaces? Are they coming to our parks?
We will promote or work with our public relations firm that we partner with, that we have with the city. And we'll work with them on making sure the messages get out on where is a good open green space within the city, our parks, to view the solar eclipse. I.e. Great Park Event Launch, Freedom Park. You understand, like Northeast, those type of days, and we can illustrate, and highlight those areas.
Do we have any idea what time the eclipse is gonna be?
It's 3:40.
3:14.
Afternoon,
PM or AM?
So right during rush hour, when rush hour starts.
Yeah, but it's also a snow day for Greenwood, so Greenwood will not be on school that day.
So 40 or 14? 14. Okay.
If you
Well,
guys have any, I know it's funny, if you have any questions, I'm happy to take as much time to like kind of dig into this if you have any questions, because you look.
I've been to events all around the world. I don't know if I've never known anything like this. I thought it was just a few people gather here and there.
Now, apparently there is a very strong contingent of people, and they are called solar eclipse chasers. This is what they do.
Okay,
The airport's already got people that have been inquiring to come into.
well, it's exciting.
Early this year.
And like I said, we will get highlighted more if we don't do something versus if we do something and it's. So we're trying to keep our footprint.
Yeah, I might take a day off work.
it'd be worth
It
it.
is more than just 4 minutes. It takes an hour and a
As
half,
it
2 hours.
starts.
So you'll have the glasses and all that kind of stuff. It's a 6-hour event. That's why the kids are already out of school.
You guys have any questions?
why miss the opportunity? It presents itself.
Thanks, Rob.
Yeah.
I'm just flabbergasted. It's awesome.
Jen, just so you know, Jen has already been working on the logo. It's a hot air balloon with the eclipse behind it. It looks fantastic. She'll have that drawn up for the next week.
Can't wait. All right. Any other questions, comments for Rob? So I guess I need a motion to give the staff park board approval to move ahead with the planning of this, I'm sorry, it's called the
We're still crowdsourcing what we actually call
2024 eclipse event.
What name did you come up
the
with?
lights out eclipse event.
I like that.
I like that.
Can we put him on the planning?
Yeah.
So moved.
Don't worry.
by Mr. Burton, need a second?
Second.
And second by Mr. Dietrich, all those in favor, Mr. Dietrich,
Aye.
Mr. Burton,
Aye.
Mr. Probst.
Aye.
I'm I also, good luck. I hope it goes well.
Keep you updated.
All right, next, in line with the Eclipse is the contract for goods for main event, sound and lighting, the Eclipse event. We use them for Freedom Fest and many other activities. They've set up an event lawn before.
This is not new for them as far as the setup goes, very similar to Freedom Festival. We're looking at a stage and sound for $12,147.35.
My only question or comment would be, this is $12,000, it's not budgeted. Is that good?
Now, we do have a line item,
So you
which this is the caveat. 2024 budget hasn't been approved yet.
Sure.
Okay,
But it's been presented,
but we have an SNR account of which this can come.
Okay. as long as you can absorb it,
Correct.
That's
We
all.
can absorb the
as
cost.
long as
And
you.
you're gonna ask for a grant.
We're going to ask for a grant.
Any other questions or comments?
So the stage and the lighting, you're assuming that this is gonna be appropriate for the size of the event that,
Well, it's appropriate for the size of the event lawn.
okay,
But as many people that can comfortably entertain themselves on the event lawn, this is an appropriate size setup for that space.
okay.
Yeah.
So because I'm just seeing a number, and is it scaled down versus Freedom Fest, or is it
Yeah.
grand?
It's gonna be a tough one to gauge for us,
Yeah.
because we are, I don't know whether you overuse this term, we are so saturated here. Hopkinsville, Kentucky was sitting on an island compared to us. Right? 'Cause we have Indy, we have Old South Side, we have.
Yeah, I've been to
Franklin.
Hopkinsville.
Right, so everybody's doing that stuff all around us.
Okay.
So we're trying to be very conscious of that. So as far as you keep asking for an attendance number, no. Could be 10,000, could be 50.
So as far as you know, are there any other communities doing an event
Yes,
that
Doing it.
are directly around us?
yes, data. And then that's why we're doing. Because we know that people are going to be here anytime. They're going to be here in hotels, staying, getting ready for the next day. So we're giving them entertainment to get ready.
Okay.
Anything else? Okay, hearing nothing else, I need a motion to approve the contract for goods with main event sound and lighting for the 2024 Eclipse event.
So move. Second.
Been moved by Mr. Dietrich, second by Mr. Probst. All those in favor, Mr. Dietrich,
Aye.
Mr. Probst,
Aye.
Mr. Burton. And I also, motion carries.
Next is our annual consideration for our fireworks agreement with Corn Country. We've been doing this several years now.
Yeah, it's probably going on like 8 or 9. You guys have any questions or concerns? They did use a new firework vendor last year. They were great.
No questions, comments?
Same firework vendor this year,
Yes,
same size? Bigger?
probably.
Anything else? Okay, I need a motion to approve the consideration of fireworks agreement with Corn Country for next year's Freedom Fest.
So moved.
Second.
Been moved by Mr. Burton, seconded by Mr. Dietrich. All those in favor, Mr. Dietrich,
Aye.
Mr. Burton,
Aye.
Mr. Probst.
Aye.
And I also, motion carries.
Next, we have consideration for independent food vendors for the 2023 Monster Mash. It's all the same agreement for all the same day, it's all the same consideration. I don't know if you guys want to do it them individually or just approve them all as a group since they're all the same thing for the same event. It's for the Burger Poet, not Pabst Kettle Corn, Shy Girl Sweets, Marco's Pizza. Pizzas, Kona Ice, and Smokehouse Barbecue.
Can I ask a question? Monster Mash? What? I forgot what this is.
So we do 2 Halloween events. we do a Halloween parade, we do actually a community event as well. This is part of that community
Okay, Halloween.
Still,
event. It's Halloween.
community center?
Well, it's expanded. It's more of the Craig Park event lawn.
Okay. Well, yeah, there's many food vendors. What's the date on that?
October 20th. Great day.
Keep getting bigger every year.
Especially for shaved ice.
Kids love it.
Any questions, comments? Hearing none, I need a motion to approve the independent food vendors agreement for the Burger Poet, Pabst Kettle Corn, Shy Girls Sweets, Marco's Pizza, Kona Ice, and Smokehouse Barbecue for this year's Monster Mash.
So moved.
Second. Moved by Mr. Burton, seconded by Mr. Dietrich. All those in favor, Mr. Probst.
Aye.
Mr. Burton. Mr. Dietrich.
Aye.
Aye, and I also motion carries.
Next is an amendment to a service agreement for Case Construction to pour some additional, I think, I couldn't tell, but I assume it's an additional 6-inch and an additional 7-inch thick concrete pads. Maybe Rob can explain that better, but it's just that we already have a contract with them to do work at Southwest, but for the West Side Park Mountain Bike Trail.
We, in order to make the trail more accessible, we met with Case Construction. It was recommended to us to add depth to the concrete. We are recommending for your consideration the 7-inch additional concrete for $8,606.25.
Not the 6-inch. You got a 6-inch and a 7-inch.
Yeah. 7 inches.
7-inch.
We're recommending.
This, didn't we approve this last meeting?
Yes,
Okay.
this is on top of.
And the purpose of this is just to guarantee it doesn't wash out or.
To make sure, ensure the trail is more accessible.
But it's both of them added together, it's not one or the other. Or did I write the contract wrong?
Excuse me?
Is it one or the other, or both the 6-inch and 7-inch?
Sorry, it's one or the other. So I had him give me choices between the two. And after reviewing this and having the option and then actually looking outside, we recommend the 7-inch line item at $8,606.25.
So I'd ask you to approve it with the terms and conditions you worked out by legal, since I added those two numbers together. I didn't realize it was either or. So the contract is incorrect.
Okay.
So they're just making the concrete thicker.
Yeah.
On top of what we're already, so we're already on their contract for 8 inches, and now they're gonna do an additional 7 on top of the 8 inches. 15-inch concrete slab,
That's a concrete slab.
concrete slab.
So you gotta rewrite this whole contract.
I just need to change the numbers. So, but that one's fine. That's not the actual.
Okay, this just requires this. I know what this requires.
Yeah, that's what I need to change.
Okay.
And I'll do that tomorrow.
Okay.
But you can approve it with the terms and conditions you put down. I'll change those numbers.
Okay. Questions, comments? Hearing none, I need a motion to approve the amendment to the service agreement with Case Construction on the additional concrete needed for the mountain bike trail at West Side Park. After corrections are made by legal.
So moved.
Second.
Been moved by Mr. Burton, second by Mr. Dietrich. All those in favor? Mr. Burton?
Aye.
Mr. Dietrich?
Aye.
Mr. Probst?
Aye.
I'm I also, motion carries. I think that's everything for legal.
Yes.
Thank you, sir. Next item on the agenda is the partnership matrix for the solar eclipse pre-party.
Yeah, so we should have probably intro with this before the attorney's report, and everything would have made a whole lot more sense. That was my fault as far as the structure goes. Bit of a narrative, it's pretty much just everything I just talked about in summary. But as we always do with all of our events, we try our best to do cost recovery. Whether that means a partnership matrix like you see outlined here, or going to like the festival country and asking for grants to cover the cost. So with that said, as you guys can see, the partnership matrix has been drafted for your guys' review. And questions, concerns, I'm going to ask or answer.
We just got this tonight. Nobody else had it.
Yeah, I don't have it.
Yeah, so if you mind, just going over.
You're welcome to table it as well, if you guys, this is the first watch.
I don't think I have.
You don't have it on your email. It's only in print.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I don't, just glancing over quickly, I don't have a problem with it. I think it looks fine, but it might be a better idea to table it until next going to the board.
I totally understand.
Have a chance to go over this in case they do have questions or concerns. So I'm sure Heather will send these out on the email so we can all peruse this a little deeper.
Give them an opportunity to make any more adjustments they want to make.
Absolutely. Yeah. So we'll table this till the next meeting?
No problem.
Okay, thank you. Next item on the agenda is the Parks Foundation report.
Happy to answer any questions if you guys have any with regards to the foundation.
Questions, comments, and you've got something underneath there for the partnership approval with
Yep.
Winters Plumbing.
There's a field house, there is a partner wanting to be considered for a dasher board at the field house. That's a 2-year commitment, and it's for $13.50 per year. And it is Winters Plumbing.
$13.50, is that $1,350?
That's correct.
2,700 over 2 years. How many dashboards are spoken for?
That's the last one.
That's it? Okay, great job. Questions, comments, concerns? Hearing none, I need a motion to approve the partnership agreement with Winters Plumbing for a dasher board at the Greenwood Fieldhouse for a 2-year length.
So
Second.
Moved by Mr. Burke, second by Mr. Dietrich. All those in favor, Mr. Dietrich?
Aye.
Mr. Burke?
Aye.
Mr. Probst?
Aye.
I'm an aye also, motion carries. Next item on the agenda is the controller report. I believe Greg is with us. Thank you.
Good afternoon, everybody. This went out earlier this morning. Starting with Fund 204, the operating fund. You can see so far for the year, we are up $585,000 in that fund. Obviously, we've got our tax draw in there for the first tax draw. You've got really great numbers from the Freedom Springs line item. Community center running ahead of what we had intended. Interest earned on bank accounts, we had some investments that would got way better returns than what we had in the past several years, so you can see that's a lot higher than expected. So we're in great shape there. You can see we ended the month with 3.2 million in that account, which is about an 80%, almost 81% reserve, which is excellent. Puts us in great shape moving forward. Next fund there is your Fund 205 Food and Beverage Tax Fund. Right now, we're running ahead on this one as well. Receipts are exceeding expenses by $441,000. Cash account balance there at the bottom of about 3.7 million. The Parks S&R fund, you can see this one for the year, we're still running ahead about $125,000. If you look under the period today, you can see for the month, we actually spent $151,000 more than we brought in for the month, but that is part of that ebb and flow of bringing in the program dollars when people reserve and then spending it on the actual programming. But that fund did end the month with $334,000, so we're still running strong there as well. Finally, your park impact fee fund, the month at 1.98, so just under 2 million in there as well. So all the funds are looking really good. As far as the budget goes, I know Rob just mentioned that. I'll be sending out probably before the end of this week a link to the proposed budget. That'll go out to all of you, and then at the next meeting, I'll be asking you to recommend or not recommend that budget to the council.
Any questions? Thank you for being here tonight.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Good numbers.
Yes, very good.
Yes, very good.
Aquatics report. Brooke is here.
Well, we had a really, really good closing weekend. In my personal opinion, I think it's probably the best one that I've seen so far out of my years here. Everything went really smooth. Kids did great. I mean, guards, session mission, everybody, all hands on deck. They did a good job this weekend. The only other thing that we have going up, we have Puppy-Palooza coming up on Saturday, so we're just getting the facility ready up for that event. And then also prepping to get ready for winterization as well. So we're really focusing in on that. We've already really kind of started the whole hiring process for 2024. So we've already kind of gotten a head count of all of our employees that are planning on returning, which we have a decent amount that are planning on returning. We also are seeing a lot of them leave because they're getting internships and then moving on, graduating from college, things like that. So, but that's to be expected every so often. Every couple of years, we kind of have like a wave that comes through, and they'll be there for about 3 years, and then they'll move on to internships and then careers from there on out. But so yeah, so we already kind of started doing that. And then kind of putting that bug in all of our current employees, let them know to kind of help us with that recruiting process, to talk to their friends and kind of help us along that way. And that seems to kind of work out pretty well for us in the past. So, yeah.
Been an interesting year.
Well, I'd just like to say thank you for doing such a great job with the little hiccups here and there. You've had a great season.
Thank
It's
you.
been awesome.
Yeah, it's been fun.
Thank you.
Yep, thank you.
Thank you, Brooke. Parks report.
I believe you have a copy of my report in front of you. Do you have any questions? Be more than happy to answer them. What are these?
Yeah.
Where you did get set.
Yeah, I talked about that
We do
earlier.
have a tenant scheduled to have the 5-foot concrete apron on Friday.
Looks great up there. How'd Whamfest go? No problems?
Yeah. Good sized crowd, nice weather.
I appreciate that you keep us advised on the safety program, that you still got, you're not just going through the motions with that, but keeping everybody up to date on what's going on with staff. So thank you for that. Questions, comments? Thank you, Jim. Trails, anything on trails?
Maybe updates, really, I know we're working on AES, we're still working on some land back there, land acquisition. That's about all we have right now.
Recreation report.
I have a copy of our report, transitioning from summer sports to fall sports, summer camp to before and after school. And then starting this weekend, we kind of have our fall events starting where we have something going on every weekend through October 30th with ends with the Halloween parade. So got stuff every weekend coming up. So just making that transition.
Sports park's coming along out there.
It is.
It's getting very exciting looking when you go out there. So anxious. So are they, since I've already brought that up, will they start, I see that they've worked extensively on the ball diamonds. The park to the north where there's gonna be, for lack of a better term, playground or
Looks
park.
like they're laying it out today.
Okay,
We were out there today, there was some stakes in the ground, and then there was some crew out there. So it looks like they'll start doing some preliminary layout real soon.
I should have asked this during park report, I'm sorry. Does anybody have anything else? I want to jump back to Jim real quick, or maybe you can answer this question. I was out at Woodman today. What are those, they look like white bases behind the restroom. There's like a line of, 2 lines of them.
That's the tiny T-ball.
I thought they were all,
There's 2 diamonds
Okay.
out there to cut out. Bases we don't do, we just kind of scout the grass.
Yeah.
In between the bases.
okay, that makes sense now. Thanks. All right, nothing else from Nick? Fieldhouse report.
Should have a copy of the field house report. We're just preparing for our busy season. The pool may be closing, but we're just getting started. And talking about the pool, we're actually taking on a few of their staff members. So this year, we're gonna be transferring employees, kind of keep them on payroll and then transfer them back once the pool opens back up in May. So works out really well. It's a great partnership for us. Because when we're busy, they're not, and then when they're busy, we're not really busy. So, and then we're just looking forward to hosting all the recreation programs this fall and winter.
So the Carolina Crayon
Yeah.
Color Guard, was that part of the Bands of America thing?
Yeah, it's the Drum Corps International. That's what the
Okay,
it was called, but it's Color Guard and band. Luckily, we didn't have the band there. It was just
Yeah.
Color Guard. But yeah, so they just called me on a whim a few days before, and looking for a place to practice. So it was a great rental for us.
that's great, yeah.
Yeah.
Great that we have that available to us. Anybody got anything else for Ricky? Thanks, sir. Community center report.
You guys have my report if you have any questions. Let me know. Things are going pretty well there at the center. We're starting to pick up, get busy.
Some numbers up, some down.
That's just the timing.
Everything evens out, right?
Yeah.
Sure. Other business for the public? Any other business from the park board? Members should have received a copy of the claim sheet in their email packets. I think they can sign. There's no other business come from this board tonight. This meeting is adjourned.